I saw this story, and judging from when it was posted, it was like 10 hours ago. But look how many illegals Trump and the U.S. have caught already. Check this out. I found this really interesting. This guy is not playing around. A lot of people think Trump is playing around. This devil is not playing around. Trust me. Check it out.
More than 5,000 people. That's the tally for the last 24 hours of massive arrests of illegal migrants in the United States. Police and customs officials are conducting raids on stores, warehouses, and...
It's only been like a week. What is it? Not even a week, man, since this guy... Not even a week since this guy's taken office. And he's got thousands of illegals going back to their countries. Thousands. And to my surprise, you have black people, especially in Chicago, who support Trump on this. They say they don't hate the migrants. It's nothing personal, but the migrants are eating into their money or their privileges that they have in the ghettos and in the poor, low-income neighborhoods. It's bad enough how they're treated, but they're claiming that the migrants are getting special treatment. And they're not stupid. They know it's for political reasons. It's not because America has love for these Hispanics. It's nothing like that at all. So, they're pushing back and they're supporting what Trump is doing, even suing the city, at least in Chicago. But New York should be very interesting. They're going to crack down on New York, I believe, in this week coming. And that's going to be very interesting to see how they handle that. But now they're telling the students what to do if the agents come to the school. Now they're telling people if the agents come to the door, don't open the door. This is going to be very interesting how they deal with that, because the country is definitely divided. And, it can only get worse. That's how I see it. But let's see what this is about.
Even churches.
Well, if they have orders and if they suspect that somebody's undocumented, even if we're Christian, we have to follow the law and obey it, whether we like it or not.
In total, up to several million people in the U.S. may be deported.
The people who we don't want to have here are those who are criminal intent or criminal already did. And yeah, they should be removed. But I don't see the mass deportations freaking people out, dividing up families.
Deportations are for illegal immigrants who have been arrested in the past for crimes. Those with clean records can rest easy, at least for now. The first U.S. planes are already landing in South American countries. In the early hours of this morning, we received Guatemalan migrants turned back from the United States. Army troops are being mobilized at the border to support border guards and customs officials in stopping Mexican cartels, smuggling both people and drugs. The problem, however, is the issue of the deportations themselves. The country from which the migrants come must agree to accept them.
That's an issue. A lot of the countries, they don't want to take back the migrants. So Trump is saying he's going to hit them with tariffs if they don't take back, these people. And it seems like that's going to be an issue because, in a lot of cases, they're sending over the sexually deviant, wicked, mentally unstable people. They're sending them across the borders. In other words, they're emptying out their prisons and they're sending their worst here. Just like, like in Scarface, when you watch Scarface, the opening scene where all the criminals were let out from Cuba and was sent to America, Florida at that. So, this is the case, and they save money. You figure if they empty out the prisons, then that's less mouths to feed. Let America and their taxpayers deal with it. But it's all business.
For there to be an agreement with a third country, it has to be signed by that country, which is bilateral. What we have in this case is that if there is a person on the northern border, then of course they are offered humanitarian assistance if they voluntarily want to return to their countries. The American president embarked on his first trip after being sworn in. He and the First Lady visited the Los Angeles suburbs, devastated by the fires.
I didn't realize, I saw a lot of bad things on television, but the extent of it, the size of it, we flew over it.
Well, again, check this one out. This guy is not messing around. It says for the first time, military aircrafts are used to deport undocumented immigrants. Check this one out. This is crazy.
Tonight, for the first time, U.S. military aircraft flying undocumented migrants out of the country as President Donald Trump launches his deportation campaign. The White House releasing these pictures, dozens of migrants in chains boarding C-17 aircraft.
They're not even putting them on regular airplanes. I was under the assumption that they was going to be on regular airplanes and be flown out the country that way, get a meal or two. They got them like damn prisoners on a damn cargo, a military airplane. It's just crazy, man.
Flights landing in Guatemala carrying roughly 160 people, men and women.
Deportation's going very well.
Today, the Trump administration's new border czar, Tom Homan, telling me it's only the beginning.
Only the beginning. You see that? And it's only been a few days. I think when did Trump take office? On the 20th? Today is the 25th, I believe. What's today's date? It's only, it's the 26th. So, man, just that quick. Just that quick. I made a video earlier and I had all these damn Africans in my building giving me a problem. Very disrespectful. Disrespectful, condescending, you name it. Filthy, beast-like. Everything you just don't want to deal with. And I don't even see them Africans now. I don't know if they're hiding. I don't know if they're cold and lock themselves up in their units. But I don't even see these damn Africans anymore. And I'm wondering, did they flee because of this situation, or are they ducking out? But and the ones I do see, no drama anymore, no drama. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you're aware of what I've been dealing with them. If I want to be wicked, I would just Google or do some type of research to have them deported or ICE come and take them away. But I'm not going to go that route. But considering what I've been going through with them, most people, if they were in my position, they would have done that. But I'm not going to go that route. But the point I'm making is this is just how serious this situation is. It's nothing to take lightly. It's very serious at this point.
Is that going to be a constant commitment from the U.S. military every single day to take deportees out?
Yes.
This as the military buildup on the border escalates. 1,500 active duty personnel, Army and Marines deploying. Their mission to support enhanced detection and monitoring efforts and repair and replace physical barriers. ABC's Matt Rivers on the ground in San Diego.
So right now these Marines are offloading concertina wire. They're going to bring it right down to the border to reinforce it. It's clearly meant to be a deterrent against future migration. And these kinds of supply flights, we might see a lot more of them over the coming months.
Far from the border, ICE raids and arrests in cities across the country in the days since the president was sworn in, some of them likely long planned, but a clear sign of what's to come. Boston, New York, and Newark, New Jersey. Newark's mayor saying agents raided a small business without a warrant, detaining American citizens in the process.
People were fingerprinted. Pictures of their IDs and face were taken there. When I got this information, I was appalled.
The Trump administration releasing numbers.
He's got some goddamn nerve. The way things are being done in this country, and the way they came in the country, and the way they've been sheltered and protected in this country is all illegal. But you're talking about they were illegally taken away or arrested. He's got some goddamn nerve. It's just unbelievable, the hypocrisy in this country and how things work and operate in this country. Everything is illegal under the table. When I say everything, I don't mean literally everything, but you get what I'm saying. It's just a damn travesty the way things are now. But he's got some goddamn nerve. People have been complaining for damn years, and now you're talking about they were just taken without a warrant and fingerprinted and mug shots were administered. You got some nerve.
Numbers showing 538 arrests over the past 24 hours. The White House saying they're initially targeting undocumented immigrants who have committed violent crimes. But Homan acknowledges not everyone swept up in the raids fits that profile. And he has a stark warning to anyone who's in the country illegally. So is this what we will see every single day? Ending in what the president has promised is millions and millions being deported.
Yes, but you're going to see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture. Right now it's concentrating public safety threats, national security threats. That's a smaller population.
So after you do that, then you go after everybody who is there illegally.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table.
Bottom line. I mean, but why is it so hard to figure out? Here's another one. Check it out.
Deportations has migrants deeply concerned on what is to come. Major cities like Chicago are anticipating massive immigration raids that could begin at any moment. Elected leaders say they will do anything they can to protect the many immigrant communities.
Ripping those families apart, not acceptable to Americans. And we're going to stand up.
I mean, I got to admit, that's kind of troubling. If you're ripping apart families, that's kind of troubling. But to go after individuals, that's a whole different story. To go after adults where there's no children involved, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story.
Up for them in the state of Illinois.
We want folks to know that they can still send their children to school.
Organizations like Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights telling anyone who is scared, don't answer the door if ICE agents come knocking. And
you hear that? You hear that? You hear that? If ICE agents come to the homes, don't open the doors.
Don't answer the door if ICE agents come knocking, and memorize loved ones' phone numbers in case your phones are seized. Meantime, a long-anticipated threat in the fight against drug cartels has become a reality. President Trump officially designating them as foreign terrorist organizations. This decision previously facing opposition from Mexican leaders. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joining us with more on this from Texas. Jorge, good morning to you. What does this new designation mean for the fight against these dangerous cartels?
Well, Marnie, good morning. Now, with this designation, Mexican cartels now will be joining a list of foreign terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda and ISIS. It is a move that can actually make it politically easier for President Trump to send U.S. troops to Mexico without the approval of Congress. Now, this designation will target criminal organizations like the Sinaloa and the Jalisco New Generations cartels, which are involved in human trafficking, violent crimes, but also fueling the fentanyl crisis here in the United States. Now, under U.S. law, this designation does allow the U.S. government to freeze cartel money, ban travel, and punish anyone helping these criminal groups. Officials say that Mexican cartel operations across the border threaten U.S. safety and security. Now, Mexican leaders, including former President López Obrador and President Sheinbaum, are opposing the move, fearing that it could justify U.S. military action on U.S. soil. And when asked...
That's exactly what it's going to open up the doors to, military action in Mexico. And there's nothing she could do to really stop it, but because, let's face it, the Mexican government has been compromised by the drug cartels. The drug cartels are government in a government. So, cut the crap. It's corrupt as hell over there in Mexico and very dangerous. So they're not going to stop it, man. They're not going to stop it over there, I've been to Mexico for like 5 times. I love it. It's beautiful over there. But the way things are going, it's very dangerous. And I was considering booking something within the next 2 weeks, but I doubt that very much at this point. The way things are now, I highly doubt that right now. So we'll just see how things play out. But New York and what's happening in Chicago's already on the roll. As far as them grabbing up migrants, but I want to see what happens in New York. That's what I'm more concerned with. And as far as Newark, that's a given because they all over in Newark, East Orange, right down the block from me. They're all over the place, the migrants. But yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them like I used to see them. As of the last few weeks, I don't see them out there on the streets like I usually see them because they're on the run. They're on the run. The little bars with people from Venezuela and Ecuador, El Salvador getting drunk, sloppy drunk, and walking the streets. I don't see that as much as I do, but maybe it's me. I'll see in the next up and coming days. It should be. I'll be have an eye out to see if that's the case. But it should be interesting, man. It should be very interesting in the next few weeks. I'm gonna check it out. I hope you check it out as well. I'm out.